Swinburne Podcasts.
Ladies and gentlemen, today's centenary year graduation and award conferral ceremony is about to begin. Mr. Bill Scales, Chancellor of Swinburne University of Technology, will preside over the ceremony. Mr. Scales will be preceded into the hall by Miss Lila Amon, the mace bearer. The mace is the symbol of institutional authority and is carried as a symbolic weapon of protection. We ask you to respect the dignity of the occasion and remain in your seat throughout the ceremony, especially while the graduates are being presented on stage. Please turn off any mobile phones or pages now. In case of emergency, the exit doors are located on my right and left and at the rear of the hall. The procession of graduates is about to enter the hall. Please remain seated. The academic procession is about to enter the hall. Would you all please stand? Please remain standing for the national anthem. The words are on the inside back cover of the program. Please be seated. It is my pleasure to introduce the presiding officer of today's ceremony, Mr. Bill Scales, AO, Chancellor of Swinburne University of Technology.
Vice-Chancellor, members of the University Council, members of staff, distinguished guests, graduands, ladies and gentlemen. It is with great pleasure that I welcome each and every one of you all to this centenary year graduation ceremony, which acknowledges the achievements of so many of you and which represents a significant step in your process of lifelong learning. As a mark of respect to Australia's Indigenous people, Swinburne University of Technology acknowledges the Wurundjeri people, the traditional custodians of the land where we now meet to conduct this most important ceremony. This year, 2008, is the year that Swinburne celebrates 100 years since its establishment by the Honourable George Swinburne here in Hawthorn. From humble beginnings as a technical college, offering blacksmithing, carpentry and plumbing, Swinburne University of Technology has grown to become one of Australia's leading teaching and research universities. On the occasion of this particular ceremony, the Council and staff wish to share their pride and their congratulations with the graduands on their wonderful achievement. For all of us, this ceremony is indeed a very special occasion. For the graduands, it means the culmination of years of study, hard work and achievement. For the parents, families and friends of the graduands, it means that all the sacrifices that you have made and the support that you have given to your family member have now finally been rewarded. I am sure that you, like us, feel a great sense of pride and happiness in seeing your friend or family member succeed in this way. We are very pleased, of course, today to see that so many of you have been able to attend, and many of you have come from many parts of the world, and we're delighted and welcome you here to this celebration. For the teaching and administrative staff of the university, there is enormous satisfaction in seeing our students successfully complete their studies. But this is also an important occasion for the university because Swinburne prides itself in the quality of the teaching and learning which it provides to all of our students. This wonderful celebration gives public recognition of Swinburne's ongoing commitment to provide our students with a range of high-quality educational qualifications. These qualifications will assist them in making an ongoing contribution to their chosen profession, which surely is important, but very important for us here at Swinburne. It will enable them to make a significant contribution to their community. Swinburne is committed to being a nationally, but of course an internationally recognised institution, where our programs are relevant to the world community as well as to Australia. We're committed to this goal because increasingly, and you will be no exception to this rule, increasingly our students are required to work outside of Australia, outside of their home country, and to establish successful international careers. And many of you will do exactly that. I'd now like to call upon Professor Ian Young, the Vice-Chancellor of Swinburne University of Technology, to introduce the next part of our proceedings today.
Chancellor, I call upon Dr. Douglas Mitchell to present himself for admission to the degree of Doctor of the University, honoris causa, in recognition of his eminent contribution to Swinburne University of Technology throughout his long and distinguished career. Dr. Douglas Mitchell was raised in Melbourne. He attended Box Hill Technical School and later studied chemistry at Swinburne and then the University of Melbourne. He graduated from the University of Melbourne with a Bachelor of Science in 1960. He later received a PhD in analytical chemistry from the University of London in 1970 for his work on instrumentation for the measurement of metal levels in water. After graduating, Doug worked as a medical and environmental researcher, holding positions such as Laboratory Director at the New York State Department of Health and Associate Professor of Toxicology at the State University of New York at Albany. In 1986, Doug changed career direction and founded CCA Capital Management, an investment company which used mathematical models to calculate risks and trends, work he continued to do for CCA's successor company, Fort Orange Capital Management. Doug returned to the field of medicine in 2003, focusing on the development and delivery of non-invasive therapies for treating metastatic cancer. Working in conjunction with colleagues in England and China, his research centres on sonic photodynamic therapy. A committed philanthropist, Doug contributes to a variety of causes ranging from a yoga school in Massachusetts, a primary and secondary school in Troy, New York, and a cancer treatment clinic in Melbourne. He has also sponsored several Opera Australia productions since 2000 and is a board member of the Melba Foundation, which promotes Australia's classical musicians and artists. Doug was appointed to the office of Chancellor of Swinburne University of Technology in June 2002, a position he held until 2005. Whilst Chancellor, Doug served as an ex officio member of all council subcommittees. He also ensured his role was not confined only to his official Chancellor duties and often set aside time to participate in many university events. Chancellor, it is with pleasure that in accordance with Statute 14 of Swinburne University of Technology, I present to you Dr. Douglas Mitchell for admission to the degree of Doctor of the University, honoris causa, in recognition of his eminent contribution to Swinburne University of Technology throughout his long and distinguished career. Chancellor, it is now my distinct pleasure to invite Dr. Douglas to deliver today's occasional address.
Thank you very much, Chancellor and Vice-Chancellor. I would particularly like to thank Swinburne for honouring me in this way. I'd also like to congratulate Swinburne for the tremendous progress it's been making during the last few years. Universities, and you know better than I do, are very, very important institutions, and it's great to see Swinburne doing so well. Well, we have, of course, a room full of new graduates, and most of you are in the earlier stages of your career. So I thought the most useful thing I could do today is make some suggestions which I believe will help your careers. A good place to start is with Oscar Wilde, who's a very famous Irish writer. He was famous for his wit and he's famous for his sarcasm. So if I could ask him to describe my career, he would say that when I started, I could do everything, but I understood nothing. And right now, he would say, I can't do anything, but I understand everything. Now, there's a lot of truth in this. We start our careers with wonderful technical skills. We use some of those skills and we maintain those skills. Other skills, of course, with time fade away, but we do replace them with a better understanding of what we do. Our careers have many parts. Lifelong learning is certainly one of them. Lifelong thinking about what we're doing is another. Lifelong development of understanding is another. We spend our lives, we do mentoring. When we start our careers, we have teachers and other people to mentor us. And I very fondly remember the many teachers I had at Swinburne who helped me a lot. Later in our careers, of course, we get to the stage of where we mentor other people. We can think of our careers as having 4 overlapping stages. Stage 1 is learning. We acquire knowledge and skills, and that, of course, is why you've been at Swinburne. Stage 2 is doing. The next step is to get a job and use some of that knowledge that we've acquired. We get paid, of course, and we do something useful for society. Stage 3, I would call understanding. As we proceed in our professions, we develop more and more understanding of what we've been doing, and we hopefully develop new ideas and new ways of doing things. Stage 4, I would suggest, is leadership. another variation on entrepreneurship. We need to lead the community into using new ideas, and we need to accept being led. This, of course, is easy enough to do in our private lives. If we don't like, for example, the new iPod, we don't have to buy it. If we do like it, we buy it and we get an immediate benefit. There are lots of more public issues where, quite typically, we pay the price for it today and we get the benefit years later. The best solution for lots and lots of problems like, for example, managing the upcoming recession involves us paying today and getting the benefits for those actions tomorrow. There's an American musical called Little Abner. And there's a character in that musical called General Jubilation T. Cornpone. And he sings a very funny song about how he leads his troops into battle from behind. So at the slightest sign of trouble, he's the first to escape. So we, of course, have leaders like this, but what we need, of course, is people who lead from the front. Leading from the front isn't necessarily easy. Many famous teachers, many famous leaders are not believed for a long, long time. And of course, if they have bad news, we tend not to want to know. We hope the problem will go away. But of course, if the leader got the story right, reality is eventually going to catch up to us, and we're going to be forced to face the situation, whatever it is. There's a rather famous character from Greek mythology. Her name is Cassandra. And her gift, well, you could almost say the good news was she had the gift of seeing into the future. The bad news was she was cursed such that no one would ever believe what she said. So she predicted that the city of Troy would be destroyed. The people in the city, of course, would be busy partying. They didn't want to know. So sure enough, the city was destroyed. There are a number of Cassandras around. The English politician Winston Churchill was a Cassandra. In the 1930s, he predicted that war was coming and the country needed to act early. And of course they didn't. And of course the world suffered a huge price in that in the Second World War. Environmental scientists are Cassandras. They tell us that there's no way that the Earth can support an ever-increasing population and ever-increasing consumption. Now, technology, of course, will improve things, but eventually the Cassandras are going to be right. And the time to face issues such as that is right up front before it becomes a serious problem. So what I'm suggesting to you is that many of you need to be leaders, to understand what's going on in your areas of interest and competence, and then lead us towards doing new and better ways of doing things. The price of poor leadership can be enormous. For example, if you don't want to have the financial collapse that we're currently going through, you put risk controls in when the upcoming problems become obvious, as they were years ago. If you think that global warming is caused by too much carbon dioxide in the air, then we have to start acting now, because it's going to take years and years for whatever actions we do to take effect. If you think that Melbourne's traffic is bad, the time to start working on it was 10 years ago or so, when the developing problem became obvious. If we want to stay healthy, we need to develop our healthy habits today and not wait until we get sick. If we want our companies to prosper, we need to develop tomorrow's products today at the same time, of course, as we're selling today's products to keep us alive today. And these leadership situations go on and on and on. So we need you to progress through your careers and become leaders, to have the skills to clearly look at tomorrow's opportunities and tomorrow's problems, and have the courage to lead us to the actions we need to take. I would like to wish you all the very best for the future. Your families will be very proud of you today. Your parents and your grandparents will tell you that it's very, very rewarding watching their children develop into successful, happy, productive members of the community and of their families. I hope that they continue to be as proud of you as proud of you in the future as they are of you today. Thank you very much.
Dr. Mitchell, thank you so much for your insightful comments to our graduates today on this very special occasion. I'd now like to call upon Ms. Toni Kilsby the Director of Student Operations at Swinburne University of Technology, to verify that the graduates listed in the program are in fact eligible to receive their awards.
Chancellor, I have the honour to inform you that in accordance with Statute 13 of Swinburne University of Technology, the graduates who will be presented at this ceremony or who have applied to have their award conferred in absentia have fulfilled the conditions described and are entitled to the award of diploma, advanced diploma, bachelor degree, graduate diploma and master degree, as appropriate, of Swinburne University of Technology.
Could I ask all graduands to please rise for the conferral of awards? Please rise. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Council of Swinburne University of Technology, I admit the duly authorised graduates here present and those in absentia to the appropriate awards and to all the rights and all the privileges of those awards. Let me be the first to congratulate you. Well done. Please be seated. Thank you. I would now like to call upon Mr. Howard Coates, the Director of the TAFE School of Arts, Hospitality and Science, to present the graduates from the TAFE School of Arts, Hospitality and Science.
Chancellor, I have the honour to present to you the candidates on whom you have granted an award. For the Diploma of Fire Technology, Kilao Keipuma. Joseph Kiri Yuen. For the Diploma of Horticulture, Gangandeep Singh Dami. Sukhminder Singh. For the Advanced Diploma of Hospitality Management, Anil Maninder. Min Chu Nguyen. Yatin Kumar Navalal Patel. Wakas Kwasa. Sagar Prakanchandra Sankiria. For the Advanced Diploma of Multimedia, Hagi Edem bin Hagi Abdul Rahman. Azri bin Hagi Budin. Chancellor, That concludes the awards for the TAFE School of Arts, Hospitality and Sciences. On behalf of Ms Ingrid Whitman, the Director, TAFE School of Business, I have the honour to present to you the candidates from the TAFE School of Business. For the Diploma of Accounting, Ti Hong Nyok Lung Vu. For the Advanced Diploma of Accounting, Tu Tal Huyen. Cabaraka Vincenzia. Vagi Moali. For the Advanced Diploma of Business in International Business, Lawrence John Beaza. Chancellor. That concludes the awards for the TAFE School of Business. On behalf of Mr Ron Barrow, Acting Director, TAFE School of Engineering, I have the honour to present to you the candidates from the TAFE School of Engineering. For the Advanced Diploma of Electronics Engineering, Nulishi Rwanda Charmaine Fernando. Adnan Zaman. For the Advanced Diploma of Engineering Technology in Robotics and Mechatronics, Punajith Gayan Costa W. Dihawalaji. Sashetra Bandara Kehawata. Chancellor. That concludes the awards for the TAFE School of Engineering. On behalf of Ms Robin Jackson, the Director, TAFE School of Social Sciences, I have the honour to present to you the candidate from the TAFE School of Social Sciences. For the Diploma of Community Development, Sufalak Bon Padith. Chancellor. That concludes the awards for the TAFE School of Social Sciences. I now call upon Professor Lyndon Anderson, Deputy Dean of the Faculty of Design, to present the graduates from the Faculty of Design.
Chancellor, on behalf of Professor Ken Friedman, Dean, Faculty of Design, I have the honour to present to you the graduates on whom you have conferred an award. For the Bachelor of Design, Communication Design, Alicia Agnes. Rico Stefanos Kayadi. Timothy Ang Kongchu. Saraswati Halumali. Sirinat Emote. Kim Yaojin. Luang Hirangpusit Sujira. Kusalin Lunjakonkal. Sui Hoi Man. Ho Yan Zeto. Dolly Tandadi. Gracia Tantomo. Christine Tamwinmun. Nicholas Zenwito. Wee Wan Wong. Fei Min Yap. Yap Ying Ying. For the Bachelor of Design, Industrial Design, Andre Axel Marcus Borrud. Ying Wai Feng. Kim Gripsgard Hellung. Kai Yuan Neal. Rio Rirahadi Santoso. Edwin Samago. Rio Donato Soetanto. For the Bachelor of Design, Interior Design, Nita Amelia. Man Yi Tree. Vera Novita Go. Margaret Goanato. Dai Hu. Krisiani Kartika. Sukhwinder Kao. Shin Tien Ko. Yung Yung Lee. Shirley Lokito. Nurlela Mahadzir. Noor Mahiza Mohammed Ghazali. Farida Hani Mohammed Adris. Noor Farah Nordin. Sabrina Ahmad Tan. Xin Yi Wan. Wei Ping Yong. For the Bachelor of Design, Multimedia Design, UD Cheney. Yin Yi Chan. Daniel Quinn Fu Chu. Bo Shudong. Willie Concoro. Yon Yujilim. Maria Margarita. Hung Sin Stephen Ong. Varatorn Radilok Panik. Panditha Charith Kushan Sarath Chandra. Dedi Setawan. Guan Wen Ronald So. Jun Yuan Louise Tan. Tori Fat Tanaruga. For the Bachelor of Film and Television, Narathip Maharatipop. For the Bachelor of Design Honours, Interior Design, Kai Lin Fu. For the Bachelor of Design Honours, Multimedia Design, Mario Aditya Juhadi. Dinda Pradi. For the Graduate Diploma of Design, Communication Design, Ashvin Krishna Devsukaram. For the Master of Design, Communication Design, Amarankul Ying. Sorapot Bunbayok. Gunawan Angiel Estari. Chris Ranto Anita Utami. Luzi. Letbutsakon Titawat. Pia Krigyada Talsawan. Tian Seo Tan. For the Master of Design, Industrial Design, Noor Azlina Mohammed Khalid. For the Master of Design, Multimedia Design, Chuen Chupol P. Hao Zhen Hua. Aviyoda Kishcharo Ankonko. Anita Biringi Kreronda. Sirapon Lila Watanasuk. Nimol Patara. Uranglada Punyalikit. Chancellor, that concludes the awards for the Faculty of Design. I now call upon the Dean of the Faculty of Life and Social Sciences, Professor Russell Crawford, to present the graduates from the Faculty of the Life and Social Sciences.
Chancellor, I have the honour to present to you the graduates on whom you have conferred an award. For the Bachelor of Arts, Rashid Mubarak Rashid Hamad Al-Mazrui. Huwaydin Madad Sultan Banachid. For the Bachelor of Arts in Media and Communications, Ying Yi Sharon Chan. Hong Mi Coco Ho. Danasegaran Narayanasamy. Hui Li Ng. For the Bachelor of Multimedia, Eric Arif. Elspeth Chan. Wai Yin Chung. Simon Gunawan. Wing Chung Lee. Hernando Lunato. Philbert Tristanto. For the Bachelor of Multimedia in Business Marketing, Lavina Stasia Budiman. Clayton Chiang Shen Chung. Hartonu Halim. Cynthia Kwok. Elsa Noviani Sutanto. Anita Ing Tan. For the Bachelor of Multimedia in Games and Interactivity and the Bachelor of Science in Computer Science and Software Engineering, Putra Prabhawa Anak Agung Gere. For the Bachelor of Arts Honours, Chong Liang Chu. For the Bachelor of Science Honours in Chemistry, Vi Kan Trong. For the Graduate Diploma of Science in Good Manufacturing Practices, Jamin Dinesh Kumar Shah. For the Master of Arts in Communications, Nuchanat Lepnak. Gitipong Saratulthat. For the Master of Arts in Media and Communications, Gayatri Kumar. Su Meng. For the Master of Multimedia, Su Mei Hui. Thomas Christian Suanto. For the Master of Multimedia Technology, Vinit Ashit Kumar Modi. Tam Wei Man. Mars Caroline Wibowo. Mia Wijianti. For the Master of Science in Biotechnology, Monir Udin Ahmed. Vijaya Kanth Reddy Akula. Vikas Hakishanbhai Gandhi. Neomsil Tanyada. For the Master of Science in Good Manufacturing Practices, Sushil Kumar Babulal Patel. Chancellor, that concludes the awards for the Faculty of Life and Social Sciences. I now call upon Mr. Andre Axel Marcus Borod, who graduated today with a Bachelor of Design in Industrial Design, to speak on behalf of the graduates.
Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, members of the Council, distinguished guests, fellow graduates, ladies and gentlemen. I'd firstly like to thank Swinburne for giving me this opportunity to thank and acknowledge those people who helped all of us, the students, to achieve what we have here today. On behalf of the students graduating today, I'd like to thank the staff of the university for the assistance, support, and guidance they have provided us throughout our years of study. We appreciate all you've done for us. While the experience of studying at Swinburne may have been at times challenging, it has also been very enjoyable, rewarding, and memorable. We will all take with us skills and knowledge that will help us succeed in our future endeavors. For all of us, this is a very proud moment and something we have worked towards for a very long time. We are very proud to be here in front of you now, celebrating our success. I'd now like to take this opportunity to thank, most importantly, all our families and friends for their support during our studies. You've been there from the beginning. You shared the same goals and kept us focused. So we thank you and are very honored to have you here sharing this moment with us. And finally, may we have every success in whatever we do now. Whether it be developing a career or continuing our studies, whatever you go on to do, I'm sure the knowledge, experience, and friendships we gain during our studies will help us whichever path we choose. Well done, everyone, and good luck.
Andre, thank you very much for those wonderful words to the rest of the graduates. Well done to you too. To Swinburne graduates, I know that today is the culmination of years of hard work and that during this time you've had the encouragement and help of family and friends. Of course, as you know, so many of them are here today to share this special occasion with you. On yours and the university's behalf, I wish to thank them for all of their support of you during your time studying here at Swinburne. I'm absolutely sure that they, like us, are very proud of all that you have achieved. Graduates, I'm now going to ask you to stand and turn around and face your family and friends, and let's applaud them for the support that they have given you. So please stand. Let's thank them with some applause. Graduates, please resume your seats now. Well done. Graduates, I also want to take this opportunity on your behalf to thank the teaching and administrative staff of the university for their contribution to your education here at Swinburne. Could I ask all of the staff to please rise? Graduates, would you join me in thanking them for what they have done for you while you've been here at Swinburne? Very much. Graduates, I do trust that you will consider that this is the beginning of a lifetime association with us here at Swinburne. Education truly today is a continuing process, and I do hope that many of you will return to continue your education here with us at Swinburne. I would also like to encourage you to participate in the activities of the Swinburne Alumni Association. The Alumni Association has groups in many parts of the world. It's there to help you. It's there to support you. It's there to keep you in touch with each other. And so I do encourage you to try and use that facility which we have tried to put in place to give you the best opportunity to succeed into the future. So even if you're leaving us here in Melbourne, that does not mean that you have to end your participation with us here at Swinburne. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of all members of the Swinburne community, I offer our congratulations to all who have received an award today. We are very proud of you and we wish you great success into the future. Well done. Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, and I know many of you who have come from many parts of the world, thank you so much for being with us today. You can see how proud we are of these young people. They are wonderful young people and they will succeed. We know they will. And it's so wonderful to have you with us so that we can celebrate with them what is the beginning of a great and outstanding career. But this now concludes this celebration, and I do hope that you will stay with us just for a little longer to partake of some of the refreshments which will come later. But thank you for being with us today.
On behalf of the members of Council and the university community, I invite you to join us for refreshments, which will be served in the chandelier room. Please leave the hall through the side doors, as the rear doors will be closed after the procession has left the hall. Would you now please stand while the official party, academic procession and the procession of graduates leaves the hall.